Oh, cool. Okay.
What is up, y'all? We are
There you go.
back at it again. Sorry for the little minor technical difficulty there. Slabs likes to cause headaches. So, what else is new with Slabs BS, everyone?
Yeah, right? I hope they fix their problems.
I hope they get their heads out of their asses.
That's one way to put it. That's one way to put it.
So, a lot has been going on since we did the last podcast. There's been some changing of some championships. Cena turned heel finally. So, a lot's been going on in the world of wrestling.
We got a duo champion.
Yes.
From, Stephanie Kerr.
Yes.
She won the NXT Women's Championship against Julia at the Theater of New York.
Yep.
So that was a good NXT. So Battleground. And also there's a new thing that WWE is doing right now called Evolve.
Yes.
Probably it's more like a development. Then if already they might move up to NXT, and yeah. So it used to be a separate thing, but I guess they decided to work with WWE, so they had the
Right.
money back then. I believe Pete Dunne was one of the people who wrestled there before he became part of the WWE roster a bit for a while, I believe. And Shotzi.
Yeah, definitely.
And speaking of Shotzi, she's been absent for a while. I hope she comes back soon. We missed her. Take care of the business, Tank.
Yep. And we officially have another feud going on with Naomi and Jade.
Yes, we kind of know.
Yep.
That this kind of
I already kind of called it. I already knew Naomi did something because it was just too clever.
Yeah, and I think I predicted the way that Jade coming before the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, you did call that. Just like I had a funny feeling Cena was turning heel soon, and he chose to do it at the Elimination Chamber of all pay-per-views.
Yes,
So that was great seeing that.
Yep. Now, the original plans actually was not to do it at the chamber. Actually, believe it or not, guys, that used to be because Cody didn't want to turn heel. The original plan was Cody to turn heel, but he decided not to, so John, agreed to it, and
Yeah.
this is what he's...
So we may see Dr. Thugonomics or a different side of a heel with Mr. John Cena.
Yeah.
Maybe if he does bring back the Dr. Thugonomics gimmick, maybe it might be a little bit more darker than what we're used to seeing from the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah. So that's actually a very big question. What we're gonna see from him.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because he's scheduled for some of the upcoming Raw and SmackDown from what I've heard. And
I know that Roman is gonna be on SmackDown next week.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, el calcio italiano Roman Reigns.
Yep. After that vicious stomp he gave Seth Rollins. I actually enjoyed watching that, honestly. Even though I have respect for both of them. I love both Seth and Roman.
They're phenomenal wrestlers.
Yeah, they are.
was pretty cool. Roman Reigns said,
Seth Smooth
Seth,
against him.
oh, they had a little feud back then, and now it's going way different. It's now way different than before feuds from before. You know, it's a different thing right now.
Yes,
you know?
it is.
So, yeah. So, before we continue, now a little history in NXT specifically. We already know that Stephanie McCurry won both the North American and the NXT Championship. But chat, let's go back a few years back when a certain thing happened in the men's division. The first person from the men who held these championships was none other than the limitless one. He's actually the first ever male to have these titles, and now Stephanie is the first female to get those, which is actually a history in NXT.
Definitely. Which
Yes.
it's cool seeing people hold multiple titles because it brings back so many fond memories for me during the whole Ruthless Aggression Attitude Era. Especially, I remember a time where Kurt Angle held the European title and the Intercontinental title at the same time. So that was great, and he ended up losing the Intercontinental to Chris Benoit, and then he ended up losing the European to Chris Jericho.
Yep. So yeah, I think originally Kurt won the European Championship from Chris. Wow, how strange. He lost to Chris and lost to Chris.
Yep.
You better not face a person with the name Chris, okay?
Yep.
You don't want to deal with.
And that was when Jericho was still doing the Y2J gimmick, where he would always go, "Welcome to WrestleMania is Jericho."
Yeah, I think.
And he would literally just say to people, "Why don't you just shut the hell up?"
There was no drink it in, man. Before that was all drink it in, man.
Yeah, he wasn't doing that drink it in, man, yet. He didn't start doing that until the newer days.
And you were like,
yep, when he came back to WWE.
Yeah, it's been like gone. I think it went doing this around 2016, 17, even earlier.
Yep.
So he knows to reinvent himself and make his character be fresh. So
yeah, he's one of the few that likes to keep it fresh and always constantly developing his character. Like him and like people like Seth Rollins and all those guys, they're always trying to improve their character constantly, and you gotta respect those guys like that.
Yep. So yeah, exactly. Where's that Seth thing? Sing it, he had his first singles match in TNA. Elijah.
Yep.
Yep. So.
And recently, WWE 2K25 came out, so I'm looking forward to that. Yep, and for those of you who are going to play it on PC, make sure you got plenty of RAM, because the big RAM specs of the RAM is like 12 gigabytes of RAM, so make sure you got enough RAM to run it for you PC players.
Not only the RAM is big, but I'm pretty sure that the actual game storage is pretty pretty big.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a massive one depending on what edition you get.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. If you want to play the island one, it's not going to be available for the PC players. The island will be exclusively for the console players.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. So if you want to go to the island, then you must play the console one there. But we're more the PC players, so.
Yeah.
Now, they will come out with the Dead Man and the Bloodline edition.
Yep.
So yeah, that's gonna be so yes, 12 gigabyte of RAM, and the storage could be much more. Now I noticed that the previous one costs at least 50 gigabytes of storage, though if you have to have at least 50. Now for this one, it's probably a little bit different because 300 wrestlers and arenas and you know the graphics has been changed, so that could affect.
Yep.
So make sure to get some nice memory in your computers.
Yeah, definitely. And if there's games you don't really play, you might want to remove them so you have plenty of download space.
Yeah, by the way, Chad, who are you gonna play as? If you have this game already, who did you play first, or who are you going to play as first? I'm pretty sure most of them are gonna say Roman Reigns, right? Tribal Chief, you know?
Yeah, that's a tough one because there's gonna be a lot of good wrestlers in there.
Hey, give some. I'm pretty sure that most people will start with the Tribal Chief because the Romans are a lot.
Yeah. Well, I may have to play as the Fiend now. The Undertaker. Once I get it.
Yeah. Phenom, the old school Phenom Undertaker. Yeah, I think it's in the game. I think it's gonna be in there. I know that some of the wrestlers will have different versions.
Yeah, there's supposed to be different versions of each wrestler in there. Because I know Randy Orton has another one in there as well, and
15. I think he has the 2015 one. The Legend Killer one, I think, is there. 2009 and 8. I think it's gonna be in there.
Yep.
You have to look it up. Sorry that we weren't prepared for the rosters, but guys, 300 wrestlers. Come on.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a massive roster.
That's a lot. That's a lot, to go through.
Yep.
Yes, sir. I was able to check some of the entrances. I saw the Alexa's entrance.
Yep.
I saw Liv. I saw, of course, Roman's entrance, and yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a video with all entrances.
Yeah, I'm sure there is too.
Yes. Roman Reigns repeating again. Next week in Italy. I think it was called Bologna. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. I had a little problem pronouncing the names, but I think it's gonna be in Italy for sure. So we're gonna see what the Tribal Chief have to say.
Yes. Because we already saw last night on SmackDown Jimmy bashing on Solo when he came out with Jacob and Tamatonga.
Yep. Yes. So yeah, but they were saying pretty bad stuff to Jimmy though.
Yes. They were, and Jimmy did good holding his own.
Yes, he did. And he did team up with Braun Strowman.
Yep.
And so it was a six-man match. However, Jacob destroyed Strowman.
Oh, of course.
Like,
Jacob is a beast.
Yeah.
He's savage.
You don't want to face with some Samoan werewolf. You don't want to mess with them. So he like literally, like, I don't know if it was a spear in a way, but they both together went through the barricade.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that was like, wow. I'm pretty sure that he's gonna continue.
Right.
So, yeah, can't wait to see them wrestle. They put a good match on main event, so yeah, continue, yeah. It's interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely.
That way is a good thing to showcase more of Jacob.
Right.
Right. That's a good time.
Yeah, because he's very entertaining to watch. Like, I enjoy watching him. And for him to do, like, backflips off the top rope is just amazing for a guy his size. You don't see too many guys his size doing backflips off of a top rope on the ring. That's just phenomenal.
That's really impressive.
Yes, definitely impressive.
Oh, indeed, very impressive. And there's characters like Ivor who is like the Viking Raiders. They also doing pretty good, especially I think it was Ivor. He may be big, but he moves like a cruiserweight.
Right.
And I was like really impressed when they debut in WWE in very long while. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive. Pretty impressive. He moves just like a cruiserweight, but he may be big, but it's very, very agile.
Yes,
and very, very
definitely.
talented. Yeah. So now we finally got a little bit of a twist of the story between GP and Charlotte. Finally, we get to see GP return the favor, if you will, the beatdown, because Charlotte just attacking GP was kind of, that storyline kind of getting a little bit of the boring now. But hey, now this one was kind of a little bit better.
Right.
Now, jump. I don't know if you saw it, but she jumped from the tron, and then she down the.
Yeah, that's a good little exchange between those two last night.
Yeah.
And then it was funny hearing Paul Heyman saying his choice words to Seth Rollins.
Yes. Today, remember, one day was yesterday. Roman Reigns Day, because the game came out.
Yes.
That's what it says. It's not Seth Rollins. However, he did say his Rick Rollins, although WWE removed this from his name.
Yeah.
Yes, guys, some of the wrestlers have removed their nicknames, so the three wrestlers are Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins, and Dominic. They don't have the nicknames anymore, so if you were surprised, if you kind of noticed, so if you were surprised now you know, because probably creator decided to, actually Vince decided to put the freaking Rollins in his name, for what I know, but yeah, when H took over, I think he was, I don't know, what do you think? Is it a good choice?
It's hard to say whether it's good or bad, but like sometimes it's good to change things up and just like maybe come up with new nicknames. It's hard to say. Like we don't always know what goes on in the minds of the creative minds of Triple H and sometimes the creative writers for the storylines. So it's hard to say why they did that. It could be also because there's so many kids that watch as well. They maybe be trying to like keep it appropriate. Who knows? It's hard to say.
Yeah, that's understandable. You know, the certain words and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen with the the feud between the Jade Cargill and Naomi and Bianca. It'll be pretty interesting to see what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. And it'll be interesting to see Damian Priest's feud keep going on with Drew McIntyre. So far, it's going pretty strong, I would say.
As you know, they've been going back and forth with a little while because of Drew losing the title a couple of minutes after he beat Seth Rollins. Damian Priest came in, and because of him, he lost the title, and then the thing with CM Punk.
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna see it. Yeah, hopefully we'll do. I hope they put out good matches.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Go at it. I would love to see them go at it. It's actually kind of a interesting match. I want to see. It might be potential good match of the year. I mean, Damien is doing really good. Drew is killing it with the promos too.
Yes, he is.
Drew is literally killing it. Like, so even before the shows, social media, all that stuff, he's been doing pretty good with the promos.
Yep.
And the storyline, keep it going.
Yeah, they're really trying to elevate it because it's WrestleMania season.
They have to show their all.
Yep. And because lately I've been watching a lot of the old school WrestleManias on Peacock, reliving some of my childhood moments.
Yes. Man, there were a couple of WrestleManias that I watched when I was younger. It was great seeing those.
Yes.
So, and yeah. Do you have now keep in mind, when was the last WrestleMania that you watched? Which one was it?
Last night I finished up watching WrestleMania 17.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking tonight I'm going to watch WrestleMania 18 and continue watching.
There's a lot of WrestleManias to go through.
Yes, there is.
Yes. You get close to that WrestleMania, the one that Seth Rollins did the most and most historical thing.
Yep, the most iconic Money in the Bank cash-in.
And believe it or not, by watching those WrestleManias, you kind of finding out you didn't remember stuff that you didn't remember, but it started coming back. We kind of forgot a certain match. For example, Eddie, he won the. I think that was a WrestleMania match when Eddie won.
Yep, Eddie Guerrero won the European title. Yeah.
Him against Test.
Right
at the one 2000.
Yes.
That was a 2000, right?
Yes.
And The Rock and Stone Cold kind of go at it in WrestleMania 18, right?
Yep, and Stone Cold won the heavyweight title. That was when Vince helped him win it.
Yeah, but I think so. Yeah, Stone Cold was a heel back then, I believe. What was he a heel? Yeah, he was a heel.
Yeah, he was a heel, but he never truly was a good guy or a bad guy. He was just down the middle.
They call it tweeners.
Yep.
As they call it. I think this is the correct term.
Yep.
Yeah. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Tweeners.
He was just pretty much down the middle.
Down the middle. Yeah. So, a legend, Hall of Fame. Man, I hope Eddie kind of gets a Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Man.
I'm sure he will eventually.
I hope WWE, realize,
And another tag team I hope to see get inducted into the Hall of Fame is like the Natural Disasters, Legion of Doom.
Now, there was another superstar who was surprised by Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lex Luger, you probably remember, everybody remember
Yep.
watching wrestling. I kind of stumbled on the video. Cody was actually the one surprising him with that he got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So I don't know if either DDP was at Lex's house or vice versa, but they're doing the yoga exercise.
Yeah, chances are he's probably at DDP's place because he does the privates with the wrestlers like that out of his, I believe, his own home. Because he did that with Jake the Snake Roberts, and he also helped out Scott Hall way before he passed away.
The bad guy.
Yep.
Bad guy.
Yeah, and shout outs to DDP for helping some of these guys get back on track and getting healthy and just getting back into shape and helping them change their habits and their lifestyle and bring them back, because like he's worked wonders for a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
Because one of the biggest challenges he did deal with was with Jake the Snake Roberts. That was probably, I'd say, the toughest one that he probably had to deal with, because Jake the Snake Roberts always dealt with substance abuse.
Was he the first one? One of the first people?
Yeah, because Jake the Snake Roberts was talking about it in his documentary.
Yeah. Big shout out to DDP, man.
Yeah.
That's a good thing he's doing. That's a good thing that he's doing. And it's really, really, really inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it's good that he's helping, some of the legends.
Yeah.
Getting everything,
Yeah. And not just the legends. Sometimes he even helps out some of the younger talent that's dealing with injuries as well. So he helps out quite a bit some of the superstars.
Yeah, that's really good that he does that.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Really big, yeah. How about you? So, yeah, he's not only a good person, he's a good talent. We watched him way back when he wrestled. So,
Yep.
Yeah, speaking of title changes you mentioned earlier, we have two, I believe, two. Now the one with the NXT, yes, it's counted as a change. Now there's another few changes. We got Io Sky winning the World Championship against Rhea.
Yep.
Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a little thing going on in that could be a triple threat.
Yes.
Rhea losing the title.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, Bianca won the Rumble. So because she won the Rumble, she has to face the champion, right? And
yes.
But here's the thing, storyline changes, something similar changed in the past.
Mm-hmm.
They were supposed to be one-on-one, and they become a three-way.
Right.
Specifically, I'm talking about WrestleMania 35, when Becky won. I think it was WrestleMania 35, I believe.
Yeah.
So Becky, I think she won that time.
Mm-hmm.
But she was injured.
Right.
She had a leg injury, and the CEOs didn't want her to wrestle because she don't want to hurt herself, and the match was supposed to be Ronda versus Charlotte. And and this is one of the history-making moments. Now there's a little controversial thing in that finish, because I don't know if you saw it. Ronda lift her arm up on the finish going, but WWE didn't acknowledge it. Because I saw that, and the thing with Gunther and Randy Orton, he said,
right,
okay, for the King of the Ring. So new tag team champions. We finally Street Profits won.
Yes, they did.
It's been a very long time since
they actually won last night.
Yeah. They returned at the Royal Rumble, many people remember, I'm pretty sure. And I repeat, one of the greatest Royal Rumbles, pay-per-views in general, because due to the returns and all that's,
Yeah.
It's still, that hype of the Royal Rumble still keeps me to this day because it was so good.
Right.
So we didn't see Alexa this week, I believe, but there might be a little storyline preparing for her
right.
at WrestleMania. So we didn't see Nia Jax even. She used to be very active when it comes to active wrestlers in the roster. Maybe there's a reason why they didn't make up to the European tour.
Sometimes they give some of these stars time off to recover. Because I know Triple H is big on trying to make sure he gives talent time off to recover. Because Vince would never do that. So Triple H is for trying to make sure the talent stays healthy and okay. That's one thing I do like about Triple H, because he used to be one of them, so he understands the importance of recovery and resting.
I'll give him props for that. So we get to see Charlotte compete.
Yeah.
Against BFAB, and a very interesting news. Gonna find out last couple of days. Rusev and Lana renewed their vows. They're back together again. So they renewed their vows. So I think that's officially they're together, I believe, again.
It's an article that I read, but I don't know how legit that article is, but that's what it was saying in the article. But again, there's a lot of articles that get posted out there that we may not always know the full 100% truth behind it.
And there are multiple YouTube channels, and there are multiple channels that were wrestling type channels saying, hey, this might be a thing. So we're gonna see Shinsuke competing next week.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there was a rumor that he's gonna get released, but I guess it's still with the company. I guess it's still gonna be around. Um, so yeah, there's a little thing, things creative do happen, arguments happen, and yeah, it's gonna be things like this happen in the wrestling world.
Yep.
Randy
Especially,
was back.
especially, there's always going to be conflict of interest. A lot of times that happens back there. Cause look what happened during the screw job back in the old days with Bret
Yep,
Hart and Vince, where Vince kind of screwed him.
in
So like,
1997, I believe.
yeah, so that that stuff does happen in the business. Like that's nothing new. There's always been conflicts of interest, and it's not just necessarily just WWE. There's even conflicts going on backstage with AEW.
Oh yeah, and it keeps going.
So yeah, so don't. That's the reason why a lot of you can't just assume it's just always WWE because sometimes it's not always WWE.
Fans were, when it comes to AEW, they were in Australia, and they were
Yeah,
thought they're gonna have an event, like a pay-per-view worthy event.
yeah. I'm not
But
really
they took it
too
off.
keen with AEW just mainly because I just feel they're just pretty much copying off of Eric Bischoff back when he was running WCW.
Hmm.
So
They thought this
I was never really wowed or ecstatic with AEW. That's just me, just mainly because as soon as they were talking all that, oh, we're gonna end up on TBS or TNT and stuff like that. I'm like, they're just trying to do what Bischoff was doing back in the '90s with WCW.
hmm. So, I mean, I do check out stuff from there, but not all the time. I mean, like, I'm all the way WWE all the way.
Yeah.
I'm mostly fan of WWE. Um, yeah, I was really sad when certain wrestlers from WWE go to there, but hey, things happen.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, quite a few of the superstars that went to AEW are slowly leaving AEW and eventually are
Yeah,
going to be ending back up on WWE's roster eventually, or maybe sign with TNA.
as you
Who
know,
knows?
WWE made
Hmm.
a collab.
Yep, they're doing a collaboration with TNA, which everyone knows about
Yes,
that.
and they renewed actually. They renewed
Hmm.
that,
So there's
which
a
is pretty
chance we
cool.
could see Dolph Ziggler back.
Yeah. It actually his little brother
Hmm.
um he's competes. Well, not right now, I guess. It just
Hmm.
appears they're saying he's just coming by saying my big brother will come
Right.
back. Yeah, when on that paper that they're going to do next. So yeah, that's a pretty good collab. I can say the
It is.
collaboration is going pretty smoothly, and
Hmm.
very good matches are done. Hey, Jordan Grace, Roxanne Perez, that was
Yeah.
a good match.
Yeah.
Moose versus
Definitely.
Okafemi.
Hmm.
Moose versus Okafemi. Praxium
Yep.
versus the Hardy. Actually, I got to check, and actually, there was exclusive video of Praxium and Bubba give him that pep talk.
Right.
Give him like, hey, saying, hey, even teens have it rough.
Yeah.
you know. And speaking of Praxium, um, Axiom, specifically, he was on SmackDown competing against Gunther. Uh, so he's the first ever Spanish wrestler to sign with WWE, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Correctly when he signed in. So yeah, he he's good. He's good. But because WrestleMania, he really did a good job in this match. I feel like it's gonna be pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
For Luchador for sure. I like his style. I like the way he does it in the ring. I'm keeping an eye on NXT. He's doing pretty good. I'm pretty sure they're gonna end up in the main roster eventually. Maybe not right now.
But eventually, yeah, they'll make it on the main roster.
Could be after Survivor Series or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, they're both good. They're both established. They're a good team. So yeah. I love to see more from them. They're good. They did a good job against the Hardys. The match was good.
Yes.
Braxton and the Hardys, they did a good job. I love it. It's like it's like old Hardys. It's like they have that Hardys in them. They decided to watch the new Hardys versus the old school Hardys. And I believe that they are absolutely good in the ring.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, Femi and Moose was a good match. Tied two Titans. Although Moose was X Division now, I thought, hey, he's gonna get his world championship. We're gonna see a world champion versus a world champion, but hey, that happens, I guess.
Yep, exactly.
Now, we were supposed to mention this last week, but we have a little thing. Carl Chase got injured sadly, and hopefully she's gonna recover.
Yeah.
I think she had a head injury. Hopefully Carl Chase will recover soon and see her wrestle against Slamovich for the TNA Knockouts Championship eventually. We'll see. We can see either a TNA. Imagine had this happening. TNA wins a WWE NXT title and vice versa. So, yeah, this could happen because they both have contracts.
Yes, definitely. Yep, anything could happen. Any star from TNA's, if their contract with TNA's up, could end up signing with WWE. They have quite a few good talent on TNA, so it's possible.
Yeah. Speaking of which, one tag team from way back, the Colognes, they used to be in WWE, they signed in TNA. They actually debuted the same day as Elias.
Yep.
They're a pretty good team as well. I see them. And like the very funny thing is, the crowd was chanting, "Where's Carlito?" That was a pretty funny moment.
Yes.
When, yeah, because they're cousins. They're cousins. And like the crowd was, "Where's Carlito?" But they were kind of trying to keep it together, not because they're doing a storyline right there. Speaking of Carlito, I haven't seen him. I think I did saw him in a couple of segments, two segments.
Right.
But yeah. So yes, the promo. So yes, I hope they make it good there. Won the tag teams. They won the titles there. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be pretty good in TNA.
Right.
Pretty sure they're in good hands in TNA.
Yeah, definitely. Because there's quite a few WWE vets that are there still, like the Hardy Boys, who can help
Yes.
some of these guys and just like give them a wealth of knowledge.
Oh yes. And also congratulations to Sean Spears finally
Yes,
winning
definitely.
the championship against the Don,
Yep. Sean Spears, FKA Ty Dillinger.
aka the Perfect 10. Yes, so he might considering staying in NXT. There he mentioned he could be like a trainer or helping the younger talents
Yeah,
as well. The
I think he'd be a good fit for that role because he came up through that. So I think
yes,
he'd be a good fit to help some of the newer talent and just like get them ready.
yes, and also I think in that time when he won the title,
Mm-hmm.
one specific iconic member was in this very event,
Yep.
Peyton Royce.
Mm-hmm.
Now about there are a couple of reasons going around why Julia lost. Some of them could be minor injuries. It's possible that could be a visa issue.
Yes.
So yeah, she actually was. It's actually yes, she does have those injuries because now that's actually been confirmed. But also there was a thing called that they might be having doing the fixing the visa issues because the original plan was Julia to have both titles.
Mm-hmm.
That was your plan. So yeah, but hey, although actually yeah, either way it could be either way who won this match is gonna be a great champion. Even though it's Stephanie or Julia, they will be a good champion. But yes. Oh yeah. So we cannot wait to WrestleMania finally to come in.
Yep. Definitely can't wait. I actually can't wait to see more of Cena when he comes back to see what he does with this heel character. I'm looking forward to that.
Alright. I don't know if you heard this or read this. There was a plan of Cena coming by, explaining, but then our truth comes out. Say, hey, you're my childhood hero. Why are you doing this? And then John Cena viciously attack him.
Yeah, it's hard to say because there's so many rumors that are going out there with that, and I try not to buy into those rumors. I try to just ignore them because we don't know what WWE creative is trying to come up with that.
Yeah, so it's about time to know why you sell yourself to The Rock.
We could see a new version of NWO, who knows?
Yeah, because The Rock and Cena used to be in Hollywood, and
Yeah,
still are.
they're both Hollywood.
That's a good start. You know what I mean? Because Hollywood Hogan. You know what I mean? I think he posted a video on Discord while the NWO theme was playing, and there was John Cena.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, that was great.
I'm enjoying some of the creative heel themes some of these artists are coming out with for John Cena's heel turn. I love it. I'd have to say one of my favorite ones so far is someone put together from the beginning of his face theme to Thugonomics. Like, I love that. That was just great.
Did a pretty good job with that.
Yep.
So yeah, hey, maybe we can see some more interesting returns still.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe we could
WrestleMania
see. Maybe we could see the return of AJ Lee. We never know.
I don't know.
We never know.
Like,
But I won't hold my breath on that. And maybe we could see the return of Brie Bella since Nikki made a return.
yeah, maybe they can do a little nice tag team run with
Yeah.
the titles. I would
Yep.
love to see it.
Yeah. We never know what will happen at WrestleMania. Anything could happen at any given time. We don't know what
Yep.
legend or what past superstar may show up. That's the beauty of WrestleMania.
Yes, and what do you think about the Hall of Fame to be its own thing, not to be after SmackDown? Not to be after SmackDown, because normally, well, you know, this happens. SmackDown, then the Hall of Fame. Do you think it would be much better if it would be in its own day, you know, even before Raw and SmackDown?
It's
There was
hard
a-
to say
there-
because they have to do like a scheduling time and stuff with a lot of that stuff. So that's the reason why some of that stuff starts right after a lot of that, because they have to get everything completed, because especially during WrestleMania week they have to get as much done because WrestleMania always on Sunday. So that's the reason why they may do like the Hall of Fame like on Saturday evening.
But here's the thing, WrestleMania is 2 days now,
Yeah.
you know. And because of that, not that I don't have anything against, but actually I don't mind WrestleMania 2 days. I don't mind it, actually that's kind of pretty
Mhm.
cool. So there was a plan, one more pay-per-view to be spent into 2 days.
Yep.
And I don't know what to think about it yet because I don't know what to think about that yet. But the specific pay-per-view that I've heard could be SummerSlam.
Yep.
Now, if it's like the Royal Rumble or Survivor Series, maybe I'll probably accept it.
Mhm.
But for SummerSlam, I don't know. But
Yeah.
for WrestleMania, I agree.
Mhm.
WrestleMania, I agree to be 2 days.
Right.
That keep in mind, everybody has its own opinion. You know, I'm just saying, standing my opinion. Now, what do you think about, because it's been like going through a while now, 3-4 years now, WrestleMania's been 2 days. Do you think it's a way better that way? Because think about it, more stars will be able to, you know, feel, you know, get a chance to be there to compete. You know, that's a good
Mhm.
opportunity to be 2 days.
Yeah, I think 2 days is enough. I feel for WrestleMania, because you can do the whole Hall of Fame event right there on a Saturday evening, and during like the morning and afternoons you could host like some panels, and then you could also host some autograph sessions like they've always done in the past WrestleMania. So I feel 2 days is more than enough.
Yeah, and this is a good thing for the talent that
Mhm.
you know, like at that moment. Because before then, in previous Control, they tried to make it 1 day, but they gotta
Yeah.
explain like the 1 hours.
Right.
Now it's better. Probably 4 to 5. I have to see how were they in the days. Probably they were between 4 to 5 hours,
Mhm.
but 2 days or so. Let's just make it 4 hours and a half to 5 hours days, which is it's either better than that or 8 hours in one day. Because back then, and the previous control with Vince was like 8 hours
Yeah.
in one.
That was a lot. Um, I'm sure like a lot of people had a hard time probably sitting through a lot of that, I would say. And but at the same time, like as long as there's a way to like keep everyone entertained, I can see how that worked when Vince was running things. But I feel that yeah, they should break up things so that way it's not too tiresome, and then you're not having all the superstars just sitting there and waiting until they have to go out there and perform.
And think about it, they're gonna have a break between these days. After the first day is over, they can have a little
Right.
break, so you know, like staying like 8 hours
Mhm.
without having like able to
Yeah,
have a
because
break.
especially Saturdays, they need to give some of those wrestlers a little break because some of them were on SmackDown on Friday the night before the Hall of Fame. So yeah, I feel it'd be good to like maybe host maybe like a SmackDown Friday, and maybe like if they want to do something still like with NXT for WrestleMania, they could still do something like that.
Or I know it maybe can be a weird suggestion. Probably they move SmackDown instead of Friday to Thursday, so that way Friday can be a day that can rest to prepare for WrestleMania. But that's just me, though. Now, in the past,
That's gonna be a problem, just mainly because Thursdays are normally the travel days
right?
for a lot of those guys. So that's the reason why they have SmackDown on Friday. And that's the reason why they pre-record SmackDown quite a bit, because Thursdays are the travel days.
And yes, when there are holidays, they do record too.
Yeah.
So they do 2 episodes
Mhm.
at least. So they
Yep.
pre-record them so that way everything's gonna be ready. That they're gonna be ready to go, and travel, all that stuff.
Mhm.
So I mean, when it comes to this type of scheduling, when Triple H take over, that's kind of better. That's way
Oh,
better
yeah.
now. Definitely. So sure. So yes, it's gonna be pretty cool to see. Now a match has been confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest.
Yes.
Now
That'd be a
we
great
did-
matchup.
We kind of know that this match will be at WrestleMania because they've been going at it for the past few weeks.
Yes, they have.
Because Drew attacked Priest last week, I believe it was. Drew was in, no, sorry, Damien was in the hallway. He was like attacked from behind by Drew,
Mhm.
and then at the very end, Damien came out and tried to fight back.
Mhm.
So this is kind of gave us the hints for that match.
Yeah.
Now we do know that we're gonna see we're gonna have to prepare the match for the IC title. I mean, we may see a match for the IC title AJ versus Braun Breaker.
Right.
So now it's time to get something for the United States title.
Right.
We're probably gonna see Jacob maybe win or maybe qualify and compete.
Yep.
But
I would actually like to see the United States title around Jacob. That'd be cool, and then I'd love to see him defend that title against Jimmy and see Jimmy get the United States Championship and help him get a push as well.
Yeah, I think it's about time Jimmy get pushed.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the crowd is behind him.
Oh, yes.
You can hear it.
Big Jim deserves that push.
Yeah. Give him a chance, bro. Come on, man.
Yep.
Give him a chance. The crowd is behind him. The WWE universe is behind him.
Because I think it'd be nice to see Jacob hold the United States title for a little bit and then have his feud with Jimmy where he ends up defending the title against Jimmy.
Yeah,
and then Jimmy wins the
Yeah.
title from him where it's kind of like a enjoyable moment.
I agree. That's gonna be a good title match.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope that that will happen.
Yeah. Definitely.
They need to, however, it started good at first, but now that match is taking a little bit of stale and not that entertaining. I hope they managed to fix the situation with Charlotte and Jimmy because I felt that the crowd were kind of losing it right now, and I hope they managed to do the storyline better.
Yeah.
Because earlier this year there was a dream match, people wanted it, and the way it's been booked, it's kind of getting a little bit of a. I saw them saying this, but it's kind of getting boring right now.
Yeah.
But thank goodness but thank goodness for this segment with that she was able to return and redeem herself because she was attacked for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That kind of like puts it in a little bit and come on, it's WrestleMania season, make it epic. Like every single match the storyline has to be top notch.
Yeah, it has to be epic because it's WrestleMania.
I'm not talking about this specific segment, I'm talking about everything. Every single segment.
Because WrestleMania is like the World Series of wrestling.
Yeah. So yeah, you need also the why. So in terms when it comes to the women mid-card titles, they don't make any they make like this little fights, but there's no stories.
Yeah.
They're just gonna make it. Now the only thing that was for the United States title, Meat Chan against Chelsea. Now there was a storyline behind it, which actually was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But, so they have to do like the same type of storyline for the women's IC title. Don't treat them like an afterthought. Now you made them for a reason, They're going to give an extra talent.
Yep.
These titles, these divisions, aka these titles, were made to get more superstars some TV time and chance to showcase themselves because who knows, they can end up moving up and fighting for the main titles.
Yep.
Okay? And we're talking like that because we are speaking in our fans' perspective, and I'm pretty sure we talk our opinion like equivalent through
Yes.
So yes. Why? Here's the thing. The Intercontinental title was like there was no number one contender or the champion didn't compete. Like what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Why you don't book match? What all that stuff. But yeah, yeah. I'm sorry I talk a lot.
Yeah. So we've been on here for quite a while, and I guess we should probably cut it here. Sorry that we weren't on last week. I was sick with a sinus infection, so I wasn't able to do anything, you guys. But we'll get back to it. We'll do this again next Saturday, same time. So hopefully y'all have a good rest of the Saturday evening, and we'll catch you on the next one.